Welcome back, guys. Andrew Penman YouTube. Thanks for joining me. Today we've got a fantastic hill climb test. Now, you've seen these before, you know how I do them, but there's a little bit of a twist tonight or today, or when I did it, which was about 4 hours ago, to today's product review on a hill climb. We've got the Verreal F1. You've seen me do the long range, the unboxing. This is the latest offering from Verreal. It's, as you can see, it's a super smooth, super sophisticated system on this little beautiful, budget priced, incredibly packaged, a lot to unpack here, electric skateboard from Verreal. Right, let's talk a bit about today's hill climb. Today we're going to be going out to my street where I have not one, not two, but three really cool hills here, and I've done the all my tests on these same three hills, so you get an idea what the parameters are on those particular inclines. Now, a lot of guys do timing, they do angles, they do whatever. I do the Vitometer overlay with a speed up the hill on hill number 3, which is the steep one, 23% hill. It's the one that I think is the benchmark, and I've got the leaderboard on that, the fastest speed up that hill by all the skateboards I review. So you can't argue, you cannot basically, you can't bullshit that. It's on the screen, it's a speed up the hill, that is it. Now, let me just say something, guys. This is not an indication how good the skateboard is, how powerful it is. The speed up that hill just determines the gearing of that hub, or when I do get into belts, the belt drives as well. It's not going to really be indicative of the negativity or positivity of that hill in terms of the mechanics or the ESC or anything like that. It's just a matter of showing the gearing up that hill. Some skateboards go okay up that hill, some go really good, some perform better on the flat, some perform better on the hill. Depends, and today we'll have very interesting to see how this goes compared to its little brothers, the Verreal V1 and the Verreal V1S, which had a lot of bitey power and a different S controller. So for today, this particular system operates on a very, well, it's the latest sort of ESC remote combination coming out of China. It's been used on a lot of the top boards. I mean, the all-wheel drive Meepo is using it, the Wowgo 2 S is using it. It's the HobbyWing setup. It's probably the most smoothest and sophisticated of the braking and acceleration curves on any of the boards coming out of China. And this is one of the nicest and probably the highest premium board coming out that I've reviewed. I've knocked back about 5 boards that have been offered to me from China, and this is the one I selected, and I was the first in the world to review the Verreal. And that's why, because it became a bit of a phenomenon when it comes to the robustness and the build of this creature. Let's go to hill number 1, and we're going to have a chat about that. It's a small little hill out here, and we'll have a look at that. It's a very 9% grade. It's quite medium. You'd see in a normal CVD street. Now, what I'm going to do this time, guys, I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. Again, a first for my channel and a first for anyone, I think, on YouTube doing e-board reviews. And that is, get yourself one of these VR goggles. Don't get a cardboard setup. Like, you know, get yourself a real $20 plastic system like this. This is the VR box. I'll put a link below where I got this from in Alibaba or AliExpress or Banggood or wherever I got it from. These give a really good magnification. You can adjust the eye sockets. Look, you pay for what you get, and this is the best. What you'll see on my hill climbs now is the banner comes across the top, and when you click on that, it'll actually show, it'll say on the banner the 360 degree, grab your goggles and VR view. Now the idea is I want you to put these on and look around. That could be the thumbnail, who knows. Look around and look back at the hill, the angle, as you'll be like next to me riding in that complete immersed feeling of being on the hill. It'll give you a better idea of this and the scope of the hill and the experience of on that hill and that immersive interaction of that particular angle, if that makes any sense. So get yourself those 20 bucks, I think $29 Australian, maybe 20 bucks US. Yeah, they're great. They take any kind of phone. I got the iPhone 7. It'll fit in there. An iPhone 6. Pop them on. Have a look, guys, and watch the hills. This is a first for YouTube on any e-board review. Again, thinking outside the box. I've done that before, but That's what we do here. We always think about new ideas on my channel. Yeah, let's go to hill number 1 and we'll come back and talk about it now. Okay guys, we're going to do hill number 1 now on the Vitometer. You can see this car go past now. It's a decent hill, check it out. You'll see it now. Yeah, it's a decent hill. Okay, here we have the hill climb test on hill number 1 on high speed on the Verreal F1. Let's go. It's a slow gradual takeoff, much more smoother. It doesn't have that bite that the other Verreal has. There's a speed on it, as you can see. That's speed. Pretty good. I can't see because I'm holding it in the other hand. Okay. Wow, it's like you're actually there. Well, I was actually there. 100%, yes! And isn't it cool? I mean, probably you haven't got the goggles yet. Get the goggles, get these things, put them on, and you'll get a full idea of the immersion of that hill and the moving around, looking around. I'll be incorporating this into also long range distance tests and some of the long, beautiful rides around the place of Sydney to get some really good definition. Unfortunately, this particular technology my camera was shooting 3K, but when you upload it, it sort of sections it down to about 1080s. So when you're on these 360-degree videos, guys, push the top 3 little buttons in the top right-hand corner while it's playing, and you can option then for the resolution you need. So if you want to get, but go the highest resolution, 1080s, I think is the highest, or 1440, go on that and watch that resolution really sharp, because you have to manually adjust it to your download or your internet or your Wi-Fi, your data download. You need to just adjust that. But I've shot it in 1440, so it should be pretty sharp when you watch it. Okay, we're going to move to the second hill now. The second hill is your 15% hill, 9-degree gradient. This is more of a steeper hill. Yes, I take a run up, I get it. The point is that when I'm hitting that hill, I don't actually lose any speed, you'll notice. And the speed on that, you'll check now. So let's go to hill number 2, and remember to put your goggles on, have a look at that, and look around. So that's hill number 2 coming up now. Do hill number 2 now on the Verreal F1, which is this one here, and we'll take up and see what the speed is on that. We're now going to do the Verreal F1 on high speed on hill number 2, as you can see here. Right. Okay. There we go. So the speed is up here. It's not bad. Can't see because of the sun. Yeah, it's pretty quick up there. Took that easy. Like I said, I think it doesn't have as much punch as the original ESC, but that oversight's certainly outweighed by the fact it has a really smooth, responsive acceleration and braking, which makes it for a really nice precision ride. You can see that was pretty impressive. That was 24 kilometers per hour. When I hit the hill, kind of gathered speed up the hill to 24 kilometers per hour, and then yeah, that's you know, the top speed in this thing's about 38 kilometers per hour. So that's not a bad load to hit that hill and to still, on my weight, 95 kilos. It was a really good result. So I'm pretty happy with that one. Let's go to hill number 3. Now, hill number 3 is the hill that I do the, it's like the Top Gear celebrity lap. I've got a leader chart. At the moment, the Zillboard Tramper Skeleton is number 1 with a speed of 37 kilometers, sorry, 28 kilometers. Hang on, I'm getting confused, but I'll have a look at that and we'll go to the leaderboard now. Let's have a look at that. Okay, as you can see on the leaderboard, we've got the Zillboard at the moment is actually the number 1 lead, 35 kilometers per hour. You can see our Onan X2 4-wheel drive is number 2 on the chart, up 29 kilometers per hour. Land Wheel Generation 5, 22 kilometers per hour up the hill, and the Onan X2, the Verreal V1, the Verreal V1S, all at 21 kilometers per hour. The Skateboard Generation 2 at 20 kilometers an hour. Then the Coup Wheel D3M version 1.5 got 19 kilometers per hour up the hill, and then you've got the Coup Wheel D3M version 1, which got the Team G coming in at 17 kilometers per hour on the bottom. Right, so you know that is the leaderboard as is. Let's see where the Verreal sits in. I'm hoping with this new ESC and this new HobbyWing setup, it'll probably do a bit better, but I'll warn you before you see it. And I thought it would do a bit better, but actually, because it has a slower take-up speed and it's a more sophisticated ride and smoothness, you may not get that initial speed up the hill. I'm sort of tipping, but it's certainly counterweighed by the fact that the overall ride is much more sophisticated and beautiful to ride. So I wouldn't get too bogged down on that hill climb test speed, but let's have a look at it now. Hill number 3 with the Verreal F1 speed test, and again, click to get your goggle view at the top right hand corner. Click the 3 buttons on the video when you do it so you get the highest resolution, and have a look around and check out this hill number 3. We're going to do the hill climb test now, hill number 3, the big one on the Verreal F1. Let's go. Okay, here's the speed test on hill number 3, as you can see, on the Verreal F1 on high speed, fully charged battery. You can hear the kookaburra in the distance. That's our kookaburras. Okay, it's a steep hill. It's doing its best. It's not really climbing too fast yet because that's got a slow build up speed, this Verreal. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it doesn't seem as fast as the Verreal Verreal V1S. There we go. It's the top speed, as you can see there, whatever that is now. That's the hill. Yeah, so there you go. Doesn't seem as quick.
And see what I have within me. If you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you.
Hubs now. So the outside of that hub is 34 degrees and the inside of that hub is 14 degrees. The inside of that hub is 25 degrees. The outside of that hub is 33 degrees. So check that one again. That's better, 18 degrees. So this hub's a bit cooler. This one's a bit warmer. But not much difference. They're pretty much the same, so there you go. A very good test on the heat of the hubs and the heat dissipation. Yeah, like I said, you know, this is why I do this. This is why I match the boards on the same hill, on the same speed, on the same app, the Vitometer, because it gives you guys an understanding with the same weight rider. I haven't put any weight on or lost any weight at this point in time, which is really bad. But the point is, the stats show it at 17 kilometers per hour up the hill. Obviously, it really wasn't as fast as the V1 or the V1S, Now, let me point something out. Those remotes are the early remotes coming out of China. They've got a bite. They've got a bit of a kick. No matter what level you're on, they have a bit of a kick to them. I do like that kind of kick and bite, especially in traffic, and a bit of show pony stuff and just biting and going. But then if you're ever in traffic or you're in pedestrian areas or you need to brake quickly, they are very sketchy and a bit dodgy. So this system is like, okay, it's like driving a BMW M5 or something, just smooth and incredibly refined. When the earlier Verreal-esques, they were a bit more like a jerky, hotted up Nissan with a hydraulic clutch, so a bit hit and miss. So to me, I like it, but you may feel initially, if you've owned one of the Verreals, this is a bit more, what's the best word? A bit more conservative, but it's not. It actually has a nice feel to it. Now, when you get past, say, the first 2 seconds on acceleration and you're into that 20 kilometers an hour range, that does bite, okay? It definitely will bite, and you'll feel it come in with a definite bite. And then when you back off the acceleration and you hit it again, it will bite. So it's a very clever linear curve. It'll be smooth on takeoff and refined smooth braking, as you saw, and you'll see in a minute a demonstration of that. But it basically is, you can slam the brakes on, it pulls you up like a disc brake in a car. It's a very beautiful feel when you're having a long ride, when you're out there in the traffic, when you're nearly relying on this stuff for your life. It is very, very nice. So the latest offering from Verreal, which is an incredible company. Big hats off to Vic and the team out there, and Bob. These guys are working very hard to produce what I think is the best electric skateboard coming out of China, period. Now, I can stand behind this product from a reviewer and say to you guys, I review a lot of boards. I've got another couple coming next week. I've got an Evolve coming. It's very exciting. But this for a budget board, and there's a lot of reputable big names out there on YouTube and blogs who are reviewing this and giving it very high ratings. This is the best board to get. Now, they look the same. They might look all the same as the Wowgo, Meepo, OwnBoard, Timo, the motors, because I think the Chinese don't really change their industrial design. They don't make it different. Why make it different? Just use the same molds. But underneath, when you peel back, I've said before, this is a very different creature, a very different makeup of the magnets, makeup of the coils. This is an awesome electric skateboard. Now, enough saying about that. I've tested this thing on 7, 8, 9 Sydney skate rides. I've hammered this thing. I've gone over everything like I stole it. Well, I got given this one, thank you to Verreal and Vic, so I was able to just go, I don't care, I'm going to hammer it, I'm going to do whatever I can to really test it if I can break it. And up till now, it keeps coming back like brand new. These are like a heavy industrial electric drill. They're just a solid, it's a great board. So if you're after a good budget electric skateboard, apparently the price is still the same, $428 US, including shipping now anywhere in the world. You can option for extra urethanes. I've gone through the magnet situation. The whole, rotor housing comes off with the urethanes. They're, heat welded, vulcanized, anabolic compound. You don't change the urethanes, you change the whole housing. They're quite cheap and quite affordable. So if you want to do that, I recommend getting the extra urethane replacements. All in all, today's hill climb test, very, very impressive. I'm going to mark it a little bit down because of the fact that it didn't have the same speed as the other boards, but I'm going to mark it up because the braking was exceptional. So overall, I'm going to give this a 9.2 out of 10 for the hill climb test today, which I think is a remarkable reflection on the product it is and the engineering behind this product. And yeah, it's great. So if you're in the market to get a Verreal, watch the speed test coming up next and sprint test to get an idea. Again, that against the other boards and of course the other Verreals. We'll then take it out on its final maiden ride. I'll do some 360-degree stuff. I'll get some opinions of other riders, experienced riders, Evolve riders, boosted riders, and we'll have a look at what their opinion of it is. So look guys, yeah, hang around. We've got a lot of stuff happening on the channel. I'm doing a few gadget reviews in between, Apple watch bands and 360-degree cameras and other stuff just thrown in for the mix because I'm keeping it, mixed up for you guys as well as just the electric skateboard reviews. So coming up next, update. I'm going to do an eBoard review update on the latest eBoards coming out, talking about the X-Ways, which I found before anybody 9 months ago. I couldn't get my hands on one, but anyway, that's history now. But we've got some other stuff coming up. My travel board's coming up. We're building that as I speak. The Leaderboard's coming out. We've also got the Evolve. I'm going to get my hands on a very special Evolve to talk to you about. But look, till then, guys, stay safe. Happy skating, safe skating. I'll see you in the next vlog. This is Andrew Penman signing off on the Verreal F1 hill climb test, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Here we go. This is the one wheel. Now, a lot of the stuff might end up on the cutting room floor, but most of it does get on. Wow.
This is it's not those ones
It just carves.
Like, it looks like a skateboard deck.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's precision riding. Now, I haven't ridden one of these things before, ever. So we'll see what I can do on it. Oh my God, you go backwards too. I'm gonna have a go and see if I can ride this thing without any first attempt. That's all going. Okay, right, I'm gonna try my hand at a one wheel. And we got this from one of the Melbourne Riders group. Elks come up to have a ride. And okay, so I'm gonna do it this way. That's right. I'll step my phone off to do this. This will probably go viral. Oh yeah. Okay, well, I got it.
And he's off and doing.
Yeah, he's riding.
He's down. Oh my God, where's it going? Go get it! Sorry, I'm lying.
No.
I got the hang of it now. No one.
Yeah.
Nothing.
It's alright.
Yeah, there's a definite. It didn't get damaged. Okay.
Slow, gentle, that's it.
That's it.
Toes, heels like a snowboard.
Sometimes I'm so home. Sometimes I know I'm so home. Sometimes I'm so home. Sometimes I know I'm so
Got to make sure. That is incredible. My gosh, the one wheel. First ride ever on it.